Hello. Thank you for joining us for our Poultry 101 course on dust bathing. My name is Lisa Sweet, and I am with Absorbent Products. We provide products, support, and education for both commercial poultry producers and for backyard flock owners. So we've definitely seen a lot of dust bathing across our experience in working with our customers. Whether you're new to keeping chickens or whether you've had them for years, I believe we have some interesting information for you here on dust bathing. We know it's a very important ritual that all flock owners want to learn a little bit more about. So let's get started. Poultry 101, dust bathing. So why do chickens dust bathe? I remember when I first got my chickens, I got 12 black Australorps. And I raised them from chicks and had this beautiful coop outside, and I moved them out there, and I had a nice big run for them. And one day, I came out and I just saw several of them convulsing all over the ground, and I was certain that they had gotten injured or something happened, and it kind of freaks you out when you see them. And then there's one that's just laying there with its its wing outstretched, and it looks like it died. And that was my introduction to dust bathing. And, dust bathing is a natural instinct that chickens, other birds, and mammals actually engage in. And so you'll see all types of birds that'll dust bathe. You'll see some animals like buffalo and elephants that'll dust bathe. And typically the reason why they're doing that is to get rid of external parasites. When you're seeing chickens or birds dust bathe, you'll see that they kind of cower down close to the ground, and they're using their bill to scrape up some dirt and their feet. And then they vigorously wriggle their bodies down. They start flapping their wings, and that flapping with their wings and kicking with their feet will disperse that loose dirt up into the air. And then the chicken will spread one or both wings, and that allows that falling dirt particles to fall down between their feathers to reach their skin. And having a gritty little dust bath for them feels quite nice. And then after they're done doing all their convulsing, they'll begin to preen their feathers, and this disperses those oils that are down at the bottom of the feather shaft. They'll rub and pull that oil up throughout their feather. So for chickens, dust bathing is an important ritual. They will partake in their dust bath every day or every few days, especially if they have usable dirt to bathe in. This behavior has a consistent pattern, and usually they'll head out as a group, or one will head off, and then the others will follow. When they start seeing their fellow chicken starting to dust bathe, they usually spend about 15 to 20 minutes rolling around the dirt, laying around. Chickens do develop their favorite locations, their favorite spots, preferring a spot that's safe and sunny so they can lounge around in, maybe fall asleep. And then after the bath, they'll typically stand up, shake out their feathers, and begin preening. So it's a ritual that they will do on a daily basis. We also know that dust bathing is a critical maintenance behavior for flock health and well-being. So we know that the main reason that chickens dust bathe is for parasite control, lice, mites, etc. And if chickens don't have access to a dust bath and can't do the dust bath, then those external parasites become a serious problem and will affect not just one chicken, but the entire health and well-being. Plus, we've learned that chickens dust bathe for social reasons. There is a social pecking order to the dust bathing. We know that certain things about roosters and when they dust bathe, they'll usually let the ladies go first. We know that chickens will tend to become sometimes a little territorial. They'll want their own space in the dust bath area. But overall, for the well-being and health of the flock, it's very essential that your flock has an area to dust bathe in. Why do chickens bathe in the dirt? Did you know that chickens aren't the only birds that dust bathe? Hundreds of bird species are known to engage in dust bathing. Some examples are sparrows, game birds like quail, pheasants, turkeys, ostriches, emus dust bath. So we know that many birds, if they're in an arid environment, will dust bathe. And if birds are in a environment where there's a lot of water, they'll take a water bath. But sort of interesting is that a lot of sparrows we see in areas where there's a lot of water, but they will still dust bathe. So there is some research that says that sometimes it's just back to the genetics of the bird. So now that you know that many birds dust bathe, you can begin to find ways to build natural areas in your yard to encourage more birds to, like maybe a more bird-friendly backyard, to encourage these birds to come and dust bathe in your backyard. And did you know there are some birds that bathe in water and then in dust? So really interesting stuff. So another reason why chickens bathe in the dirt is that dust bathing helps to absorb excess oils that build up on the bird's feathers. Dirt, being absorbent in nature, as opposed to water, which just typically runs off the surface of the feather, will absorb those excess oils. Dirt also helps the chicken to naturally fend off mites and lice and those external parasites. We have learned from working with poultry producers, commercial poultry producers, that are looking to offer a dust bath option in their production houses, that their chickens preferred a grittier granulation to the dust bath product we were creating for them. A dusty granulation doesn't seem to always satisfy the chicken's desire to scratch their itchy skin. So dust baths are also quite important to help chickens in moderating their body temperature during hot spells. So the bird will get in, will fluff up their feathers, will do their convulsions. The dirt's coming in through the spaces between the feathers, and it has a way of cooling the chicken off during hot weather spells. So those are some of the reasons why chickens dust bathe in dirt. Dust bathing, it is a social activity. So far, we've briefly touched on the natural instinct, important ritual, and critical maintenance behaviors. However, dust bathing holds another important aspect, and that is the social one. Chickens lead complex social lives. There is research showing chickens have high social intelligence. Within the flock, complex social hierarchies are formed, commonly referred to as rank or pecking order. So having a dust bath area is sufficient in size to accommodate your number of chickens will and does encourage this social behavior. Chickens will bathe together, and once they've got situated and settled down, you can actually hear them cooing and making low chortling sounds. These are signs of happy and content chickens. Dust bathing is a chicken's favorite pastime. It's so relaxing that many times you will find one or more of your chickens fast asleep in the dust bowl. Consider dust bathing then as a type of massage, yoga, spa day, only they get one every day.